Welcome back, everybody, to Cultural FAQs here on the Brazilian Dragon Podcast. It is 2025, and I am the titular Brazilian Dragon podcaster. It is Felipe, and I am here with the most duplicitous trader out there. It is Quandel Anderson. Quandel!
Bam, 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 bam. Hey. Yes,
Quandel,
I'm
how have you
Quandel.
been? How was your cruise?
Oh, my cruise was really good. We went to three different countries. Oh, it was really good. But let me tell you something. And this is for everybody that's thinking about going on a cruise or whatever. Make sure you put your phone on airplane mode. I had a whole big squabble with my phone company because when I was on the cruise, they were texting. You know, when you go to a new country, like
Yeah,
your phone lets you know, like, hey, here's the like what how much everything's gonna cost. And so they sent me a bill, like they sent it every time we came, and it was like 25 cents. And I was like, okay, that's not bad, whatever. And after the cruise, it charged me $200. And right. I don't like anybody that much to be on the phone, and it cost $200. So I had to call the phone company, and I was like, "Hey, this doesn't make sense because you said it was supposed to be 25 25 cents per minute." And they were like, "Oh, you have first." It was so weird because everybody was giving me weird responses. So one of the ladies, she said, "You'll get charged if you are on FaceTime and you're on Wi-Fi, but the other person's not on Wi-Fi." Isn't that like a weird, funky thing? Like I've never heard that. That was super weird. And then what else did I hear that was so weird? She was like, "Oh." Then they told me you have to call the cruise and you have to get a refund and they're gonna refund you for your phone bill. That's dumb because that does not happen. I called them because they were saying that's what I had to do, and the cruise company was like, "We don't do that. I've never heard of that." And so what ended up happening was there's a cruise charge, which I've never heard of a cruise charge. I don't know. Have you ever heard of a cruise charge?
I've never been on a cruise, so I've.
Right. Nobody would know what a cruise charge is. And so apparently the cruise charge is like $5 per minute and stuff like that. And so that's where the charge was coming from. But I had the lady like break it down like 70% because I was like, this doesn't make sense. How are you guys tracking me when I'm going to different countries and you see my location? You see I'm in the ocean. And you didn't once think, oh, let's also send a cruise little thing just to let the people know when they're in the ocean, just in case. And she was like, that's a good point. Don't worry, we'll take off a big chunk of it, and you can just pay what you would have paid normally. And so that was good, but just to let people know, yes, put your phone in airplane mode and just get the Wi-Fi because I didn't know. But
Yeah.
luckily, I didn't have the.
Some clownery. Like every business out here is trying to scam people in the middle of
Oh
the
my
world,
gosh.
literally being on fire.
The
Oh,
apocalypse.
yes. Honestly, like Mother Nature is like, no, y'all don't deserve rights after who you voted in office. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
I know.
unfortunately,
And it's
California getting burned, even though it was more blue.
right.
I'm
And
upset.
it
It's
sucks.
not a political
It's
podcast.
yeah, it's not a political podcast. I just want to say it kind of sucks because it's just like everybody's like, we're getting what we deserve. I'm like, I didn't deserve this. I did
No,
the
exactly.
and it
Yeah.
feels like when you're with your like a big group of people and then like the other people do something bad and then everybody gets disciplined like in class when
Yeah.
somebody would do something and they don't know so they discipline everybody. I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh
Two
God.
kids misbehaving, so you get a pop quiz.
Yeah, that's what it
Yeah.
feels like. So yeah.
Well, today we're here to talk about a couple different topics. Let's start with one of Quandel's favorite movies of all time, Wicked. Now, Quandel
Yes,
saw this
yes.
movie together because Quandel wanted to see it, and then my
And
good
you saw it without
Quandel
me.
slept through
Let's
it.
talk about that.
Well,
Because
okay,
he saw it without me.
I
And so
did
I was
see
like, I
it
need to
because I
get on
didn't
Felipe's
realize I
time.
had made a commitment to seeing it with Quandel. But I did go and rectify my wrong by going to see it with Quandel, and I even provided him a gummy. How dare he fall asleep in the middle of the movie?
That's your fault. You provided me the gummy. That's what made me
Yes.
fall asleep.
And Quandel was
Your name.
literally like snoring in the middle of the theater. Meanwhile, can you
Okay, we don't have to say all
obnoxious,
that.
obnoxious children? You
Yes.
were those
Oh my gosh.
obnoxious children that were just like yapping the whole time, and then they got shushed.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. They were talking. They were very rude. That's the only thing about going to a movie when it's super popular and super new. Like you're
But
gonna
also,
deal.
people have lost decorum since the pandemic.
Yeah. But I mean, they're kids, to be fair.
They were like 15.
I mean, yeah. I mean, the kids are getting raised by TikTok. What do we expect? I don't know.
All right, but what did you want
It's
to say about Wicked?
okay. So I remember you asking me who was Glinda and who was Alpha, but I still feel the same way. You're Glinda, I'm Elf. But I feel like it's weird because we could also be interchanged. Like there's some aspects that are very Alphaba for you and then very Glinda
Like
for
what?
me.
Like what's alphabet?
Like, like I would probably say that you care about a lot of things and like you will do those things and you go against the grain and stuff like that. And sometimes I'm a shady bitch, you know. But I mean well. I mean well.
Yes,
And
relatable.
so yeah. But also yes. I also want to say Dancing Through Life is like my theme song right now. I
I
love it.
need
Also The Wizard and I.
I need some better edits of these songs. Like I need just the Jonathan Bailey part in Dancing Through Life. I don't need SpongeBob. I also
Oh, Bach.
I also want I love her, but respectfully cut Michelle Yeoh's
Yeah.
part out of Wizard and I because that part I just skip every time.
I
Um
want to be the wizard's magical brand vizier, my dear. Ah, I love it. I love it, and I
I
love the
just
way
skipped
she
to the
says
Cynthia
it.
Erivo part. Lately my soundtrack to my life has been Apata. I don't think that's how you pronounce it, but the Rose and Bruno Mars.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Um, and then we got Shabuzi Bar Song,
Oh
um,
yeah, yeah.
Pink
Tipsy.
Pony Club, Taste,
Mm-hmm.
Juno,
Mm-hmm.
and Sabrina Carpenter. So yeah, those are my and then also one of the songs from the show Squid Game that is like a sea shanty. Um, but we'll talk about Squid Game some other day because I don't think you're a Squid Game connoisseur.
No, 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 no.
You
But
took that wrong.
also
But going back to
what I
Wicked,
wanted to say. Yes, what I wanted to say about Wicked is I'm so happy that we got the cast that we got, especially Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo. I feel like both of them deserved the praise. Just the way that they talk about it and the way that you hear about how they made sure we protect. Oh my gosh, the fact that popular they wanted it to make it to a hip hop song. Like, no, why would you do that? That doesn't even make sense. That would have been so awful. That would
yeah.
have been Mean Girls Part Two. I mean, the Mean Girls, whatever.
Listen, I had a blast at Mean Girls. We are not going to disrespect,
Did you?
education.
But yeah, so like I loved that. I loved the care that they gave. They really appreciated the fact that they were able to be a part of this movie, even though both are big stars, which I loved. It was like I feel like somebody said this is what happens when you get musical theater people in musicals, like movie musicals. Like you see the care, like you felt the care that these women put into these roles, and it translated so much. Like honestly, I'll say this and I'm never gonna say it again. So Defining Gravity is beautiful and it's amazing, and I love listening to it when I'm on the highway and I let the window down when she gets to the fast part. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's just so beautiful and you feel it. I mean, that's one thing about Cynthia Erivo. Like you're gonna feel her when she sings, but also Ariana Grande, Jonathan Bailey, Michelle Yeoh, like all of them, like you felt it. Every song I felt, even the GOAT. I forgot who voiced the GOAT, but
Peter
even the
Dinklage.
GOAT. Oh yeah, Peter Dinklage. Okay, can we talk about what Peter? So remember Peter Dinklage was the main person that was like, I don't want to misquote him, but so this is a paraphrase. He was kind of like, we don't need little people to play the Munchkins or something like that. We don't need little people to do short roles. because it's degrading to them and stuff like that. Something along those lines. I don't want to misquote him. But it was so interesting because like obviously in the movie there were no little people. So did you hear that? Did you
I
hear him
didn't hear
say
that.
that?
No,
And
I wasn't super tapped into the Wicked discourse other than the Dr. Lily J stuff. Um,
yeah. So I follow I forgot his name, but I follow this one TikTok account and he discusses a lot of little people issues and the discourse because he's a little person. And so he was talking about that Peter Dinklage made that comment and how he was saying like it kind of sucks because he kind of spoke for everybody, you know, and like not every little person like agrees with that. And now obviously if besides Peter Dinklage, I don't think there was any else other little people in the movie, you know.
I don't recall seeing any. But maybe there were and I just didn't see them. So,
Yeah.
yeah, because then it also like takes away opportunities for other people by saying something like that that might want to be part of the movie, and then it's like they do the opposite, which there could be like some people in the movie, but it doesn't have to be all the Munchkins. But I felt like they just completely didn't have any from my recollection.
Yeah.
Are we?
Yeah. And
Oh, go ahead. No.
wait, okay, I have one more thing I wanted to say. It's crazy because I just got introduced properly to Wicked. I've always heard of Wicked because in Boston they always play musicals, like the musical commercials on TV normally, like the Lion King. I don't know if you remember seeing Lion King and that, but I remember also seeing the Wicked one and hearing Adina Menzel's and I was always interested in it, but I was not able to go to musicals, whatever. And so now seeing this, I'm just so shocked that Elphaba was never a person of color. Like that is just so wild. I know it doesn't like she's green and that's the thing, but it's just like what the story is about. It's kind of weird that she was never a person of color. And now they're just now casting. I think there was a young lady that was just casted
Young lady, you and your
as
young lady.
no, I mean, well, yeah. And she was just casted as Alphaba, I think on Broadway, if I'm not mistaken. And it's crazy. I think the West End, they had a black girl doing it. And I think in the America, I could be wrong. In America, they had a black woman, but she was the understudy.
You are disrespecting Amber Riley, who sang Defying Gravity on Glee. No, I'm kidding.
Oh,
Uh,
yes.
that was my
That's the
familiarity
first
with
time I ever
it.
heard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I will say, listen, is it time for me to be a hater?
Yeah, go ahead.
Wicked could have been 2 hours and 10 minutes, and I would have been fine. It went on a
What?
it some of the scenes could have been trimmed down. We did not need every single extra shot of like I felt like Defying Gravity especially was so long. That song that Adina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth in, that was also a long song. I was just like, okay, we can trim it down. And I know a lot of people be hating on the Jeff Goldblum number, but at least that looked cool. Like with him doing the dancing in the background with the lights. I thought that looked
Oh,
cool.
yeah, yeah.
Even though the number is kind of like whatever if you're listening to the soundtrack. But yeah, I'll be a hater for that moment. I think it was a little long. I think it could have been there was like fat to be trimmed. And yes, I understand that it needs to be two parts, and I am not complaining. I think once we left Shiz, I started to feel the runtime. I feel like the stuff at Shiz, everything worked.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel like once we left shit, yeah, I could agree with that. I know one of my friends felt like Oz could have been a little more grander. She said that when she went to the musical, it was a lot more grand and it popped more. So I don't know, I've never seen that, but I did hear that criticisms.
Yeah. Do you have anything else you want to say about Wicked other than the fact that Jonathan Bailey, bisexual king? It's funny that the Scarecrow is the first bi icon on movie history. Oh shit! Did I just spoil? Did I spoil you on Wicked, or
No,
did you know that?
and I mean I didn't, but it's okay. It's
My
okay.
bad. Literally, like I had too much ADHD. This is why I couldn't. They should have put the two parts closer together. I can't wait a whole
I
year.
know.
But
I
yeah,
know.
look,
I can't
bisexual
wait though.
icon Fiero. In an alternate universe, I do think Jonathan Bailey did it perfectly, and he ate it up, and I think he's phenomenal. But Skylar Astin would have also been a great Fiero, just like in terms of dancing through life. I feel like he has a great voice.
Yeah.
Um,
It's interesting because I heard that Fiyero is supposed to be black.
I think so too, at least in the books.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Which I mean, it's fine. I'm just very interested to see why they chose that. I love Jonathan Bailey. I love him. He's amazing.
He is a icon, a queer icon.
Yeah, he is.
Yes.
Yeah, I
I love
wasn't
that
honestly familiar with his
he's
work because I didn't watch Bridgerton.
no, I wasn't super familiar with him either, other than I thought he was attractive. But he's like a heartthrob for the ladies also, even though he's gay. This is like the first gay heartthrob, I feel like, that like all the ladies are swooning,
Not
even though they
not
don't have
Matthew
any.
Bomer.
I'm not a big Matthew Bomer guy, and I wasn't like in that
Okay, that's
era.
fair.
Like, I get it, but I feel like
Yeah.
in our generation, Jonathan Bailey is like the first
Yeah, he is.
heartthrob for like the straight women to lust over a gay guy. It's
Okay.
nice one time to have an option that the ladies don't have.
What about Ricky? Wait, who was
Ricky Martin,
what's
but
that?
again, I
Yeah.
was two when he was
Oh
famous.
yeah, that's true. That's not our generation. You're right. I'm trying to think of like gay guys who are heartthrobs and then
Quandel
whatever.
Anderson.
That's another episode.
Quandel Anderson is a heartthrob. We love it.
We thank you.
Yes.
But
And
yes, we can
what else do you want to talk about? Where do you want to go next? You
we
want
let's definitely go into Anora for sure.
Nora, and now that you've watched it, Quandel, what have you thought of Anora?
I thought it was a beautiful movie. I love Mickey Madison. Mickey Madison, right?
I think it's
Or
Mikey
Mickey.
Mickey. I don't know.
No, I think it's Mikey
Mikey.
Madison. Mikey. I loved her. I loved her ever since she was in Scream. I knew she was gonna be a star when I saw her in Scream. I was like, oh yeah,
Quandel
that
knew.
girl. I knew it. I was like, that girl's
Quandel
got
was like,
something.
this young
That
lady
girl
right
right
here.
there.
There's something special about this
Yes.
young lady.
Yeah, and she and I it showed. It showed in Anora. I loved how she got into the character. I loved that they were talking like I kind of wish we kind of delved a little bit more into the stripper world, but that's fine because it was really about them and really a her, but like
Quandel
her
said
love
he wanted more
there.
titties.
I did. I did. I did. Did you see the clip? I don't, did I ever send the clip to you of the premiere and they had all the strippers
No, you told
and
me
they were
about
all
them
clapping,
clacking their heels together.
clacking. Yeah. But yeah, I loved that. I feel like I wish. How did you feel like the ending was satisfying? Like,
I feel
or
like
do you
the
feel like it
ending was
was real
intentionally
life?
ambiguous. I
Yeah.
felt like, I felt like the ending was satisfying in the extent that like I was satisfied by it. Like I left the theater and I was like, I think this works for the movie. And I like that it's kind of left ambiguous and there's like multiple like takeaways someone could have from it. I remember leaving the theater. I was like, I want to read a think piece about this movie.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be a little more action-packed from hearing, because at first when I first saw the trailer, I thought he was a drug, like his family was a part of a drug family, and so I thought we were gonna see a little more Bonnie and Clyde, but it's okay. Oh yeah, I know.
They
Um,
were a drug family, just consuming, not doing.
yeah, they were just doing exactly.
It was a
I thought the
lot of
mom,
cocaine.
whoever the mom was, ate that roll down because I
She was
hated
horrible.
her.
I hated her. That's why
She
she.
was just right. That's why she was so damn good. Like her, Mickey, who else? Oh, the
It was
son
funny.
also.
Did you think the
You said
movie was
what?
funny?
I didn't hear that. What did you say?
Did you think the movie was funny?
Um, I feel like yes, they're well, not funny, but there are funny parts to it for
Okay, yeah, that's
sure.
what I meant. Like you laughed.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
Especially like her interactions with the other girls at the strip club and stuff.
with
Like I
Diamond.
feel like the strip club was, yeah, like I feel like a lot of the funny parts were in
I
the
One of my favorite lines came from the girl who worked at the candy store, talking about the guy who manages the candy store. I'm not going to repeat it on the podcast because I'm not trying to get sued.
Oh,
But yeah, it was so funny. I'll tell you offline.
okay. Yeah, yeah, text it to me when you get a chance.
Yeah.
But
Um,
yeah, I love it. Honestly, I love stripper movies. Hustlers, I don't know what else is another stripper movie. But yeah, I love stripper movies. We need more stripper movies. We need the POV of these young ladies. I used to stay with some strippers and I loved them. They're icons. Yeah, but
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, no, I liked Anora a lot. I laughed. I thought it was heartfelt. I like that the ending was ambiguous. I really liked the last scene before the like one in the car. Spoilers for Nora, but like the scene where it's like snowy the night before and she's watching the news with the guy, the shaved head guy. I
Oh
like
yeah,
like,
yeah.
the last night where she's in the like mansion scene and yeah, he's nominated for an Oscar, as is Mikey
Oh
Madison.
really?
Wait, let me double check because before I start speaking out my mouth, like it's lies. Anora, 2023 film, best supporting actor, best actress for Madison. So this is interesting. This is interesting here. Did you have any other standouts in this film?
Um,
Yura Borisov.
I Oh yeah, definitely the guy that she ended up hooking up with was interesting. I'm kind of iffy on how I feel about it. Like I knew it was gonna happen. I don't know if I mean I do like that she got the ring. That was nice. Hooking like the I don't I mean it's ambiguous, so we don't know if they got together or whatever, but I didn't need that. I didn't need them to hook up.
Yeah, no, I think she was like so used to like hooking up as like
Yeah.
being interested in her because she's a sex worker, right?
Yeah.
But uh I think that's why she went for it and she was like so used to it, and then she was like still she hadn't processed her feelings and he's like the first guy that was nice to her just because she's her.
Yeah, yeah,
Um
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Also decriminalize sex work while we're at it. Uh
Yeah.
because
Also I feel like I kind of wanted to know just a little bit about Anora, a little bit.
like
Yeah,
we
I
got
know
a little
it's like
glimpse of
one of
her and
those
her
movies.
sister, but we didn't really like know much about her other.
Yeah. And I understand why it was kind of like how Challengers is, where it's like just about those characters in this moment, and a little bit about backstory, but I wish like Challengers we kind of got a little. I don't think we got
I'm still
pretty
thinking
much
about how I want it to
too
be the
much.
tennis ball in Challengers.
Oh, okay. Bounce it back and forth. Bow, bow, bow.
Bounce, bounce, bounce,
Um,
bounce, 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 bounce.
but yeah, I thought the ending was very realistic, and so I was okay with it at the
Yeah.
end of the day.
Um, Speaking of movies, do you have any other thoughts on it, or should we talk about the Oscar noms real briefly? So, just for the audience, we are talking about some movies, and then we're going to transition to television. This is a little teaser, so you stay tuned. We're going to talk about The Traitors. We're going to talk about
Yes.
Quandel's dabbles in Big Brother Canada 5 and my dabbles in the Real Housewives of Miami. And
Period.
I said one more thing in our notes. Um, no, that's it. A lot of reality
Yes.
television. We'll probably like. I'll tell you. I want to hear what you've been watching outside of that, even if it's like not a recap. It's just like a list off, and I'll tell you what I've been watching as well. But so let's talk about the Oscar noms real briefly.
Yes.
Oh, who are you? Like, where do you want to start with the Oscar nominations? Because I know where I'm.
Definitely my girls, Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande. I
And
feel
it's
like,
lovely that they got nominated. I hope they both lose.
yeah, to who? To
Fernanda.
who?
Okay, respectfully. Okay, maybe Ariana Grande can win because I haven't seen all the
No,
movies.
Cynthia Erivo
But no,
needs
no,
to
no, no,
win
no, 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 no,
something.
no,
Like
no.
Ariana's,
Sorry, I'm
yeah.
sorry, I'm sorry. Listen, mad respect to Cynthia Erivo. She ate it up. She did it. She did the thing. She did the thing, and I love her. I love that for her. But this award needs to go to Fernanda Torres, the Brazilian icon. Do you know the story of Fernanda Torres? Fernanda Torres is
No.
a Fernanda Montenegro who in 1998 was nominated for Best Actress for the movie Central Station, which is phenomenal. Go watch it. Highly recommend
Uh-huh.
everybody, including Quandel, to watch it. That is one of my all-time favorite movies. Fernanda Torres is
Okay.
the daughter of Fernanda Montenegro, who lost the Oscar for Best Actress. She was the first Brazilian to ever be nominated for Best Actress.
Oh
Um,
wow.
she lost it to Gwyneth Paltrow for Shakespeare in Love, where Brazil has beef with Gwyneth Paltrow. The country of Brazil beefs with Gwyneth Paltrow. So I respectfully think that lady should not step foot in Brazil. Stick with her little vagina goop. Whatever. What does she do? Like, goop, like her vagina.
Yeah, her brand goop. Yeah.
Um, Anyways, I think Brazil would even respect it if Kate Blanchett had won the Best Actress over Fernanda
Hmm.
Torres. But now Fernanda Torres is her daughter, who's in this movie called Ainda Estou Aqui, I'm Still Here in English, which you got to watch. It's about the Brazilian dictatorship, and a mother who, like, that performance is just incredible. Like, it's so subtle, it's so nuanced, it's so good. And now she's nominated, and I want her, like the Brazilian boy in me. Like, listen, mad respect to Cynthia. She has another chance next year. Fernanda Torres, this might be her only shot, and I think you should watch the movie and then get back to me. Mad,
Okay, I
I-
will.
but also respectfully, listen, I love them both. I love them both. I think it's gonna be Carla Sofia Garçon who wins Best Actress for
This
Emilia
is, oh,
Pisciani.
Best Actress. Okay.
Or no, actually, sorry, I lied. I think it's gonna be Demi Moore. Um, but I haven't seen the sub.
Yes. Oh, you haven't seen The
I
Substance?
have none. So I've seen in terms of the best picture, I've seen Anora, I've seen The Brutalist, fucking long ass movie. I've seen Doom Part 2,
Yes.
which also another long ass movie.
Are we talking about Best Actress or are we talking about just movies?
I haven't seen Emilia Perez and I haven't seen The Substance, but these are I want to see. So I've seen five of the best picture winners or nominees, and I've seen three of the best actress nominees. I do
Yeah.
want to see. Maybe I'll suck it up and see The Substance if I can get into a theater for it. I don't like watching movies by myself at home. I like watching these Oscar movies in a theater, right? Where there's something
Yeah. Yeah.
soon. That's my biggest hang up
They
with.
were showing it. They were showing it last weekend.
Um, I do want to get a group together to see I'm Still Here, like a Brazilian outing. Maybe not this
Okay.
weekend, maybe next weekend. Are you down?
Oh yeah, I'm
My
down.
friend Naomi that you love.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Period.
Yeah, we'll get a group together. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, so okay.
Oh my
You
gosh.
just can't
Wait,
convince
can we
me
talk?
about
Go
Fernanda
ahead. Go
Torres.
ahead.
Like I need everyone to see this performance. Like I'm just like like growing up I used to like feel a little embarrassed about like my Brazilian heritage. I was the only Latino kid in my grade. I definitely was ashamed of my name to the extent that in summer camp one year, for a week I told everyone my middle name was Mitchell and they had to call me Mitch because
Aw.
I thought Mitchell Musso was so cool.
Yeah.
And then so like this is like very exciting as like a Brazilian American. Like, oh my God, Brazil is like
Yeah.
in like the elite. She is
Yeah.
the like cream of the crop for international cinema. She's competing against like American like legends and British legends,
Yeah.
and like she's up there.
Yeah.
So obviously, like I think Cynthia ate it up in Wicked. Like I think I'm actually glad she was nominated because I was like, oh, I don't know who's
Yeah.
gonna get nominated. I was more hopeful for Fernanda Torres. Sorry, I came at you like that. I didn't mean to
No,
like
you're good.
his sister
You're
like that.
good.
But
No,
I'm
you're
just so
fine.
passionate about her. And I'm just so happy. Like I remember like Brazil was popping off when she won the Golden Globe.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I have to watch. I'm excited to watch.
Okay, yeah. It's a very powerful movie. I watched it with my parents and then also just kind of understanding that that's where they grew up in the Brazilian dictatorship. Um,
How did your parents like it?
my parents liked it. My mom's a hater because she was like immediately she's like, well, the B-roll footage of them playing foot soccer on the beach, that's more like of an 80s thing. The clothes were more 80s. It wasn't 70s. What? Who cares? Like, uh, yeah, I think my parents liked it. I should actually talk more about it with them. It's just like weird because like they're not in the dictatorship anymore, but it feels timely also. That's the thing. Like it does feel timely with
Yeah.
America's at. So I want to definitely like have a follow-up conversation on the podcast with you when you've seen it. And even if
Yeah.
like just you yourself and yourself go into the movie theater, even though I'd rather be there with you, I do want you to check this out because I think you'd enjoy it. And also I also appreciate the fact that this with between Shogun winning at the Emmys and the Golden Globes
Yeah.
and Squid Game and Parasite, I love the fact that like subtitled movies are getting respected because Americans are so hateful. They're like subtitles, ew. Like you have your whole life catered to you. Media is one of the biggest exports of American culture. Like
Yeah.
stop being, that's why America's stupider than international countries in some levels because they don't know how to read.
Right.
This is what happened
Yeah.
to me and Michelle. No, sorry, I don't know where I was going with that. Anyways, Quandel, I interrupted you. What do you want to say about Wicked and Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande and Demi Moore?
Oh, well, I'm so happy for Demi Moore. I love the doll. I've loved her ever since I was a kid and I saw her in Charlie's Angels. She's fierce. She looks better than ever. this is her. I mean, I think there's a lot of people that are feel good wins. Like you have Cynthia Erivo, you have Carla Sophia, you have Demi Moore and Fernanda Torres. I mean, those are all feel good wins to me. Like I don't know. It's and so I hope that I mean honestly, right now,
Can we
what
just
is
like
like
give it only to
everybody
the
we're
women?
at?
Can we have two Best Actress awards and zero Best Actor?
Okay.
Can we? Have
Who's
you
the
seen The
men?
Brutalist?
Oh, I've never seen
I
The
want to talk about the
Brutalist.
AI controversy. So, The Brutalist is a very long ass film. It's 3 hours and 35 minutes. It does have an intermission that, at least in my screening, was 25 minutes. It's two acts. I thought the first act was a lot better than the second act. But apparently, there's been
Hmm.
controversy because there's AI. So, it's about Adrian Brody plays a
Where?
Holocaust survivor, and AI in the accent work is what I've come to understand, and also in some visuals of the
Oh,
architecture. And I'm just like, can we like I understand AI is gonna be an issue, but like first of all, the environmental effects of AI, horrible. Secondly,
yeah.
I was so blown away by his performance, and then to find out that it was partially AI. Not that it like undermines his acting talent in any way, but it's also like, I was kind of blown away by like some of the accent work that you were doing, and to see
Yeah.
that it was like enhanced, whereas like some other
That
people,
is weird.
it feels like steroids. If you're like an athletic,
Yeah.
it's kind
Yes.
of like steroids. Um, and I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that one
Yeah.
bit. Though.
I don't like that either. But I'm going through the list. The Brutalist, A Complete
Are
Unknown,
you an
Sing
Oscar
Sing.
girly?
I
Like
want to see Sing
I want to
Sing.
see
I
Sing
want to
Sing and
see
I want
Sing
to see Nickel
Sing.
Boys.
Yeah. Oh, I did see Nickel
How
Boys. It
was
was
that?
good.
I've heard the directing in that film was incredible. Like
Yeah, the directing was really good. It was like one of the directing was the highlight of the movie.
okay, I've heard and
For
also
me.
heard the way the man talks about directing is like so interesting and fascinating. Like just like his YouTube interviews.
Yeah.
See
I
that?
will say I thought this was a whole different movie, so I did go into the movie thinking it was a different premise, but it was okay. I thought the direction was really good. It was a little long, but it was okay. I
I
think
want to
most of
watch
the
the
people
ones. I want this to be the year that I watch all five that I have yet, especially because I did the boring one. Dune Part Two. I'm a Dune hater. I'm sorry. I just don't get it. It's just like so fucking long, and it feels like a white savior story. Like Paul
Yeah.
Atreides, Jesus Christ. Like I don't know. Like
Yeah.
love to the people. Like one of my dear friends, Daniel, big Dune fan. Love to the people who love Dune. It's just not for me. I'm more of a Lyle Lyle crocodile guy.
Yes.
That should have been
Not a
Best
loud,
Picture
loud
worthy.
crocodile.
Um, anything else you want to
I
say about
still
the
haven't
Oscars?
seen that.
Oh, girl,
Oh, well,
you,
let's.
me, and Tangela, we have to have a movie night because Tangela loves Shawn Mendes.
I love Loud, Loud Crocodile. I remember
We
that
gotta
was one
get
of the
Tangela
first
on the
books
podcast. Like, it's about
yeah.
time that we start bringing guests in. First, Tangela, I told Tangela she could have the honor of being the very first guest.
Yeah. I want to also invite Hannah on because Hannah's
Hannah's
a
on for
big
mayor.
Housewives fan.
Yes. Oh my
Yes,
God.
yes.
I also have some people. We'll talk online, offline. Some people that we should book. But I did tell
Yeah.
Tangela she could be the first guest. So I want to stick to my word because I want when I'm on Survivor, someone on my cast, if they've ever watched my podcast randomly, they'll be like, "Oh, he's sticking to his word."
Okay, so I did want to let's is there any other movies that you wanted to talk about? Have you seen Memoir of a Snail? I want
I
to
want
see
to
that.
watch that. Oh wait, let me look at the animation because I want to see. I do want to see the animated movies as well. Because animation is so beautiful, so flow. I want to see.
Yeah.
I've seen three of these. I need to
Because
see.
I love
I
Wild
need to see
Robot.
Memoir of a Snail. You've seen Wild Robot. You loved it.
Yeah, I loved it. I loved it personally,
Yes.
yes.
We talked about it on the last episode, I believe. I've seen Inside Out
Yeah,
2, I've seen Wild Robot
I've
and
seen that
Wallace and
too.
Gromit. The Curse.
Oh, interesting.
Wallace and Gromit. My hot take is Feathers McGraw did nothing wrong.
Yes.
Feathers McGraw did nothing wrong. That also might be title of the episode.
Oh, period. Oh, period. Did you
You
see
know who
Flow?
Feathers
I've never seen Flow.
McGraw is?
It's
Feathers McGraw is the petty penguin that's the villain. Um, Feathers McGraw, an icon, absolute icon.
I remember the name for sure.
Uh,
Have you seen Flow?
I want to see Flow. Because one of
What is that
my favorite
about?
movie of 2024, technically it was 2023, was Robot Dreams, and that's another movie that has no dialogue. It's just sounds, and animation. So I do want to see Flow because I've heard it's gorgeous. Gorgeous,
Okay.
darling,
We
gorgeous.
Yeah, we should definitely have a movie night because that'd be so
I
much
also
fun that
still
we
need to
can.
see One of Them Days. Um,
Oh, that was so good. Oh my
I think
gosh, that
I'm
was
gonna take
so
a.
funny.
I think I'm gonna tell a Quandel with me to that.
Yeah. Well, if you do, let me know. I would love to talk about it with you. I love that
Yes.
movie.
Oh,
It's so
we'll
good.
do more cultural FAQs. We can talk about it because I do want to see it. Maybe that's Saturday.
Oh, have you seen Nosferatu?
No, I don't think I will. I didn't like the last
Wait, why?
Eggers movie, and I'm not a spooky movie person, and I think I'm happy with the SpongeBob
Okay.
Nosferatu. That can be my Nosferatu.
Yeah, he was not flicking any switches. He was flicking something else.
Oh,
Yes.
I was
Yes.
literally gonna
Exactly.
make a
That's why you
joke.
need to
Oh,
watch it.
Nosferatu can flick my switch as a joke.
That's
Did not
that.
know he
Yes,
doesn't. His own or
you
someone
need to
else's?
someone else's.
Damn,
Yeah.
Nosferatu.
Hmm. And
Nosferatu.
okay. And he has a sex scene.
Oh, who? But I didn't like
Yes.
Northman, which is my only Rogers Egger Robert
Wait, what did you
Roger
say?
the Northman. It's basically The Lion King, but boring.
But
It's
I
a
also want
less
to just
interesting version of The Lion King than The Lion King 2019. Did you see Mufasa? I have not seen it, but I'm curious.
No, I haven't seen it. I need to watch it.
I've always wanted a brother.
Brother.
Brother, my
But yes, I
brother.
also want to I also want to give Lily Rose deep whatever. I also want to give Lily Rose Depp her flowers because she was in
The Idol.
Idol, that the show, and I didn't really like Idol, but
I
that
didn't
wasn't
watch it,
her
but I
fault.
heard
I
it was
think
a
she
mess.
it was a mess. It was awful. It was everything you heard it was. Um, but she did so good in this role. She ate this role down. I feel like I would have. I mean, I don't think she would have been eligible to be nominated, but I could definitely
I think
see
she could have.
her.
Didn't it come out in December?
She could have.
I think it has
Oh
to
yeah, yeah,
be in
that's
the
true.
year.
Yeah,
Which is why I think Challengers got snubbed because it was so early in the year. I will say Zendaya. I'd rather see Fernando Torres nominated over Zendaya, even though I love Zendaya.
yeah,
But just because it's
yeah.
likely Zendaya will get nominated again in the future. But
Oh yeah, for
Zendaya and
sure
the
she
boys
is.
snubbed. Listen,
Especially with the Odyssey coming, like I definitely see a lot of those people being eligible
yeah,
for upcoming Oscar nomination. Have you seen the cast for the Odyssey?
Zendaya, Tom Holland. That's it. But
Lupita
I was a
Nyong'o?
Greek mythology boy. I was a Greek mythology boy, so I'm kind of excited. I'm not a big Christopher Nolan fanboy, but like I grew up like I was a Percy Jackson kid. I remember like
Yeah,
one of the first like moments in school that like really stood out to me as like, oh, I'm good at something was when we had to write our own Greek mythology, like make up our own Greek god, and then our teacher picked five of like the 25 kids to like read theirs, and I got picked.
yeah,
Like so, oh, I love Greek mythology, so I love the Odyssey. I'm excited. That's 2026 though, right?
yeah.
So is Shrek 2. All right,
And I
sorry,
don't think
Shrek
they
5. Shrek
named.
5.
Oh yeah, and I don't think that Shrek too. I don't think they named who's gonna be who yet. Like I
Yeah,
think they just named people that they
just make
cast.
Zendaya mommy because that's she's so mommy.
I think she's gonna be. I just feel like she's gonna be
Cersei?
Athena.
Do you think she could be Cersei? No.
I think she's gonna be Athena.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
Do you think Tom Holland
that's
could be
what.
Odysseus or no?
I just don't. I just.
I feel like he's more background character in this. Like, is
You
Robert
think so? They would
Pattinson?
get Tom Holland to be background character,
No, no, not background character, but more like a supporting role than
supporting role.
like
I
more of a
could
Jonathan
see.
Bailey in Wicked than
Oh yeah,
like
yeah.
or even a Fanny a Bowen Yang in Wicked. But that's more background role. Like,
Yeah, that's back. I mean, well,
all
not
right.
back. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Do you have anything else to say about Oscars? Wait, what is nominated
Yeah.
for song before we move on from that? Because I always
Oh,
love songs.
best. Let's see. Where's
Oh,
that?
if I'm
Best
still here,
music
could also win
or
Best
best
International, and
director?
I want that. Best song, El Mal from Emilia Perez, The Journey from the 688, which is a Tyler Perry movie, Like a Bird from Sing Sing, Mi Camino from Emilia Perez, and Never Too Late from Elton John, Never Too Late. Elton John's
Oh, well,
already
we
a
did.
EGOT, so
Is it not is for Wicked, is it not original because it's from the play?
I think so, but next year it might get
Okay.
nominated because I think they wrote an original song. Cynthia Erivo wrote something for Wicked. You know,
Okay.
listen, I didn't watch RRR. I've heard it was phenomenal. The music was fun, but you know what really grinds my gears? Two best original songs being snubbed in Oscar history. One, "Lift Me Up" by Rihanna. Rihanna came back to music because Ryan Coogler asked her,
You
and that
think that should have been
song is
nominated for an
beautiful.
Oscar?
It was. It was nominated. It should have won. It should have won. It was beautiful. That's one of my favorite songs. It's
I
so
mean, it was a
it's
good.
gorgeous.
I
Rihanna
pers
gave it. She put her vocals into it. You think it's overrated? Okay.
I mean, I think that she did a good job.
On
I
the
like
day
the
of
song.
my
I know a
half
lot of people who
birthday,
did it, but
on the day of my
I
half,
know, and we say belated happy birthday to you, but no, we're not going to give that to her. I'm sorry,
Rockstar's
I
daughter
love
did not get
Rihanna,
traumatized on her
but
for this.
I'm not going to say that she deserved an Oscar for
Okay.
that song. She
The
didn't.
other one, the other one is it was competing against one other song and lost. "Take Me to Rio" should have won over "Man or Muppet." I love "Man or Muppet," but let me
I
tell you this,
thought,
Rio
I
was
thought,
snubbed.
wait, hold on. Can I say something real quick? Wasn't Lady Gaga nominated? Didn't she? She was nominated for the Top Gun thing. Was
That
it
same
that
year, but
same
she didn't
year
win. No, it
or?
was an Indian
Okay,
movie that
yeah.
won.
Oh, okay. Oh, gotcha, gotcha.
Mhm.
Okay, okay.
But yeah, should we talk about television?
Yes, we can talk about it.
Before we slide into our reality TV, let me just tell you, I do you watch The Sex Lives of College Girls?
No,
I think you would
I
like
need to
it.
get
I think you would
into it.
like it. That's all I'm gonna say for now. That's one of my shows that I
Okay.
recently binged. I think you tee hee hee and ha
Oh,
ha.
you just binged it. Okay.
I binged most of it, and then the last season was airing a couple of episodes while after I finished binging. We'll go through my pop
Oh,
culture so far of the year in a little bit, but first, let's talk about. Do you want to talk about Traitors, or do you want to talk about? Let's do
want to
Traitors
ask you. I want
before
to
we talk
ask
about our
you.
homework.
Have you seen this show? Have you seen a show called High Potential?
No, I'm curious about it, but I haven't seen it. That's with D from
I
Matilda.
heard a lot of good things. Yeah, I heard a lot of good things. So I was just curious. Okay, but go ahead. We
Cool.
can.
Traitors. Where do you want to start?
Okay, let's start. Let's kind of just give our little takes from each episode. Well, in the beginning, we could say the beginning because I don't know which is coming from which episode. Or do you want to pull up the order of elimination and then we can kind
I
of.
mean, I know the order of elimination.
Oh, okay,
But
cool, cool,
like,
cool.
I
I
just
got
want
the
to know where you want to start. You want to
encyclopedia.
go chronologically, or you want to just like
Yeah, let's
talk
start
like
from the
some big things?
beginning and then just kind of give our
Okay,
takes from
so
there.
first, Dorinda. The first episode was like Dorinda and Wells. So Quandel's
As a Housewives fan, I'm upset. I'm upset. I'm upset. I'm upset. You guys don't know what TV you
is
missed out
Dorinda the
on. You
one
got
who
a
mean when she
taste.
drinks?
Yes. She's the one that told Sonia that she needs to put an easy pass on her vagina. So, oh my gosh. How am I doing? Not well, B. Oh, I love Dorinda. You guys don't know. You guys just don't
And it just
know.
didn't make sense. Like, listen, I love
It
my
didn't make
Del
sense.
Rey's house down, but why are we killing Dorinda when Lord Ivar was like beefing with her?
Exactly.
Have
I
you
thought
seen
it
that
was,
people are
it's,
calling this the Straighters
no, I haven't
because of all
seen.
the men?
Oh yeah, yeah. I have seen like a lot. There's a lot of straight, and which is so weird because I feel like if anybody watched season two, I feel like the allure of season two was that there was a good mix of everybody, and like you know, the feminine energy and all that stuff was also mixing with the masculine energy, and there wasn't an overlap. Whereas I feel like this season it is so heavy on the masculine energy. And then the Survivor and Big and I like Survivor and Big Brother, but I mean they're not personality hires. You know, they're not
Some of them are not. Some of them are.
some
Brittany
of
Bates
them,
is a
some of them.
personality hire. Danielle Race, Carolyn. Um,
But
J-
my thing with Brittany is like Brittany is one of the and I like Brittany and this is good because she's playing the game. Honestly, I think she's one of the really good game players this season. But she's quiet until like into the middle of the season
well,
usually.
let's just talk
And then
about the
she
big elephant in the room. The Traitors as a game show is flawed because there's so much metagaming, especially the US
yeah.
version, because there's so much metagaming. It's like, oh, so like we have to think about who would they pick? They have three people from Big Brother. There's like
Yeah.
if you're a Survivor player or Big Brother player on season 4, like you should be a target immediately for banishment. They should just vote
Yes.
everyone because it's like
That's
meta, but it's also like there's no incentive for you to actually take out a traitor because everyone wants to be a traitor angel. Like so they want to link
yeah.
up with the traitors and make it to the fire pit and then just know who the traitors are. It's like no, there should be incentive for clocking traders and getting traders out at the round table because if everyone's just trying to
Yeah.
play like Wes, try to just attach themselves to a trader and then like make it march all the way to the end and then vote the trader out and win the prize pot, that's like not interesting television. And the like personalities are what keeps this interesting. But if no one's playing to actually
Yeah.
catch traders, then it doesn't make sense. And if the traders are all just playing to vote each other out, like I'm just like, this is too messy. Like it's
Yeah.
interesting for this one-off experiment for this season, but I'm just like the metagaming is gonna be like the optimal strategy. Like I don't need too much. Like this is a camp show. I don't need strategy on.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. And it's a lot.
yeah. Yeah. I did love.
But yes,
I heard Robin was gonna be boring, so I did not have high expectations. I fucking loved Robin because she was so wrong, and she was loud
I
about
mean,
it.
so my thing with all of these women, Dolores, Chanel,
Ion.
Ion, and
I
Robin,
love
a
Dolores.
lot of
I love
these.
when Dolores picks the picture up.
Oh yeah, I know. One the thing about these women, they're all first season castmates, and so one thing about Housewives, and I mean one thing about reality shows that have an ongoing ensemble cast is that those first season people are picked for a reason because they're very interesting. And now Dolores wasn't a first season, but she was always considered, and it's because she didn't want to share a lot of her life at that time, so she wasn't there. But she's always been in the mix,
She's
and
been a friend of
so.
the franchise.
Yeah, and she's on now, and she's been on for a really long time. But like, that's why. But also, as a Housewives fan, my gripe is like, okay, because did you see Alan? And he was like, oh, a lot of the other people don't like the Housewives because they don't know what's going on. And I'm just like, if you really wanted
Phaedra was
Housewives
the
to
best
play,
player of last season. I'm sorry. Besides
no,
Sandra.
he was talking about this season. He
Yeah.
said this season. And my thing
There's
is
only
like,
four
if you
housewives.
yeah, but my thing is like if you really wanted to get people who knew how to play the game, get housewives that know how to play the game. You
Listen,
have so many smart ass women
we're
that are
gonna
on
save this for the
housewives.
next one, but I think Alexia, like we're gonna talk about Alexia in a moment for
Yes,
but
Alexia
Alexia
would
would be
do
so good at this.
really
Now,
good.
granted, rest in
Yes.
peace, Havana Elsa would have been my first choice for Miami.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, she would have been an icon on the Traders. I fucking love Havana Elsa.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Rest in
I
peace.
love her too. Rest
Um,
in peace.
but Alexia would be a phenomenal housewife that's a trader. And we'll talk more about Housewives of Miami in a little bit because boy, I'm
Yeah.
excited to chat. But yeah, I think that I also don't think Dorinda or Dolores are that's dumb. I think it's just also like they need to do a little bit of homework on like you if you're a housewife, not that you probably listening to this, but go watch a season of Survivor and a
Yes.
season of Big Brother as prep. It doesn't matter which ones, but just to understand a little bit of like strategy forward thinking and then watch the traders and like look at it through that lens. Like I think that's and then also I think these people need to watch a season of Housewives so that they can understand what kind of game they're focused on. Because then you only get better by doing research.
Okay, so I want to tag team with that. I feel like for the house, so the incentive for a lot of the housewives to get on the show, and I think this is why they're not playing or seem like they know what's going on. The incentive is for them to be on long enough, have moments, have quotable moments, and to be invited on shows and to dance in. It's really for after the show. Like they want to get famous after the show, do the dancing with the stars, and do all this stuff. But definitely, they need to get an assistant or somebody at least to give them like the breakdown, and so they can see what's kind of going on. Also with the Survivor players, like I feel like, well, I don't know because I feel like Rob is playing a good game.
Rob was playing a good game, but also like I think they're gonna be on to him because he was so onto Bob the drag queen, who was
What do
phenomenal.
you?
Shout out to Bob because
Yeah.
like, icon behavior. Also to do this 2 months after his 2 weeks after his mother passed, like
Oh yeah, I
incredibly
forgot. Yeah, you're
resilient
right.
and like very brave of him because this opportunity doesn't come around often. So like for him to take it, like and he played really well. Like he was very good at it. And
Very hard.
I think Bob. I also here's the thing though. I think if the drag queen is going to be by themselves, then they're always going to
Yeah.
go before episode 5 because they're always going to be loud and performative. That's just who they are. So whether they're a faithful or a traitor, they're still going to be caught. Bob did get axed a little earlier than they should have, but I also think a drag queen, if the drag queens by themselves, they're not meant to last in this game because especially in a season like this where it's heavy on the straight men.
I have some. So that
Quandel
is
has
so
something to
true.
say.
I do, and that's why would you get out a housewife? Bob said notoriously he doesn't know these women in particular. But I mean, you've seen TV, you know what housewives is supposed to be at least. And so it's like you know these women are looking for a moment. A lot of these women are very boisterous and they're very loud, and they'll take a target off of somebody else who's also very loud, like a Bob. And so it's just like why didn't you let these women kind of self-destruct on their own? And while you're still there, you can still call out people and da da da. And then you have Dorinda over there calling out somebody, and you have, Chanel just talking whatever, whatever. And you know what I mean? Like, why would you get off the people that are on this? Like, if you want to get out regular people, fine. Like, if you he was saying he wants chaos. I just don't think there was chaos that happened from it. I know somebody was saying that he should have set seeds for the housewives to look very suspicious. And so a lot of people would have been
I
really
just don't
honed in.
I don't understand why they killed Dorinda, especially first. They could have, like, even if they were going to go for a housewife, go for Ion, who would have been quiet.
Yeah.
Because Dorinda was in the forefront. Or kill Bob Harper, who was also in quieter in that part of the episode and was,
Yeah.
um,
Because, yeah, with Bob, it was like, who would have killed Bob? Who has an issue with Bob? I feel like that would have been a little more chaotic and just like, okay, now we're bouncing, but that's fine. I just am so sick of this. Like, it's one of them in the coffin. It's got to be one of them in the coffin. Like, if I was there, I mean, I mean, you can only just say if I was there. You don't really know. But I just feel like from what I've heard from Sierra and what I've heard from Nikki, who I love Nikki Bella. But it's just like, why? I wouldn't believe that any of them were traitors. They both look like people who are just like, what are you
well,
doing? You guys are stupid. Yeah.
Derek had egg on his face when he was like, "Oh, I'm a cop and you use profanity a lot." And I was like, "Damn."
Right. Okay. I was like,
Uh,
that's not.
like, okay. And I don't know. I hope they don't go for Sierra in this next episode because, like, based on the evidence, it doesn't seem like she would be like she's giving anything traitory.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's just convenient for them. Like it's very like first dimensional strategy for them to like put a traitor in the coffin. I feel like the move is like to not, but then it's also like who knows what's real in that game. So
Yeah. I mean, I definitely get.
but
Oh, I was gonna say I definitely get why somebody would be like, "Oh, there might be a traitor in the coffin," but like after the first time and then seeing how Nikki and Sierra were talking and like talking throughout the episode, I just feel like they should have definitely pivoted. Also, when you have Danielle giving direct giveaways that she's a traitor and
Mhm.
like she not having really an alliance with anybody currently like that, it's just like, why wouldn't you turn that door? I'm just like, Kershell, that doesn't make any sense. And like I know you said you don't like when people say traitors till the end. But I sometimes do like when
Well, I like
Sandra
when the
did it with
traitors stay traitors. I don't listen, and I love my Queen Sandra. Queen stays queen. But like I hate this new strategy of like, oh, let me just like hook myself up with a traitor. They're never gonna kill me because they're protecting me, and then vote them out at the end. I want the point of traitors to go traitor hunting. I don't want people to like metagame to the extent where they're just like, oh, like obviously it makes the most sense strategically to link up with a traitor and have them protect you in
yeah.
hunt tables. Then all you have to worry about is banishment. But like as a television viewer. It's boring.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair, fair,
I
fair.
thought
Because
this
I was
last
like,
episode was kind of boring. I'm sorry. Yeah,
if we were on the show and I knew you were a traitor, I would never root for
obviously,
anyone.
yeah. That's
But I
a
totally get
smart way
what
to
you're saying as
play.
a
But
viewer.
I'm selfish and I want good TV. Is that what they want?
Could you imagine you just start a beef with me because you're like, fuck this, I need
Yeah.
good
Well, do you
TV.
remember when Pilot Peter and the Bling Empire guy were like trying to do that last season? They were like, "Oh, we should vote for each other and start beef," and then everyone was like, "What the fuck?"
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Um, No, can we talk about my favorite person on the season besides like especially
Yeah.
since I didn't know anything other than the fact that he had a famous brother, Dylan Efron. First of
Oh,
all, that man
Dylan,
can break
yeah.
my neck. He is so
Oh
hot.
yeah. That
Um,
body is great, yeah.
literally, I I'm getting too horny for
How do
him.
you feel about his game?
He's pretty good. I think
Yeah,
he
I thought it was a
clocked Bob the
decent.
Drag Queen, and then
Yeah.
I think he's off with Gabby and Tom Sandler. Or Bob
Oh yeah.
or
Oh
whoever the fuck he
gosh.
said. But like
Can we
he
talk
like
about
I think
Tom?
he's thinking strategically. Tom, why is that man so sweaty? I've never watched Vanderpump. Is that man always that sweaty?
No, the girls are saying that he might be not used to not taking some things and maybe that him being away from those things, his body's having effects. I don't know. That's what the girls are saying.
Which girls? I need to get in that group chat.
It's
Um,
the
I
Bravo girl, the Bravo people. We
I also
because you've
love.
heard of Scandival, right?
Yeah. Oh, I
Yeah,
know that.
okay, yeah, yeah, okay, yeah, yeah.
And then I like Gabby. She's so Jennifer Coolidge.
Yes, I love Gabby.
Are you
I
a Bambi?
want I was until they voted out Nikki. I was like, what are we doing?
Nikki
I
also
thought that
kind of
was
threw in the
so
towel.
messed
Nikki did
up.
not care by the end. She's like, okay, send me home. I can't convince you.
Because it's like I
No, I
would feel
get
the
it.
same way
I get
too,
it.
because it's like if the people I'm closest to are now just like, oh, we don't know, and then they're giving you weird vibes and then they throw you out. I would have been like, okay, I don't, there's nothing literally I can say. Because I mean, she tried to do it last round table, and I feel like she kind of tried this time, but yeah, she did give up more so this episode. But I just thought it was just so weird. And also, my thing is like, why wouldn't you want to get out a strong trader? Because like you also have to think like everybody is not a good trader. So it's like why I feel like Nikki would have been such a follower type trader. So why wouldn't you want to get out a Danielle who's a master game player or it's
I don't think
somebody
people
else
know who
who
Danielle is. That's the thing. I
I
also
think
shout out to Jeremy. My guy Jeremy clocked her, and I was like, yes,
oh
that's my king. I love Jeremy.
I'm so upset that he got it. Oh my gosh. That was a good gameplay to get him out.
Yeah.
But I'm so upset that he went out. I felt so bad for him.
Now, okay. Now I want justice for Jeremy Cass Val, his wife.
Oh, his
They were
wife
on
was
Survivor
on
together.
one of
Yeah,
the
Jeremy and Nicole were
Oh,
on their first season together, and then Jeremy came back and played and won, and then he played one more time with Tony and Rob.
wait, he won?
Yeah, Jeremy.
Why did he make it seem like he never won a game show before?
No, the
Like
only one who hasn't won from Survivor is Carolyn.
oh, I felt really
Tony's
bad
won
because
twice.
he made his no, not Tony, Jeremy.
Yeah, no, Jeremy won Survivor
Jeremy. Oh,
Cambodia with Abby
Oh,
Maria, who's gonna be. Oh, I guess I leaked it. Abby Maria is gonna come on the podcast and talk with us.
okay.
I thought you knew this.
That's true.
Quandel
I
acting
did.
so surprised. Quandel acting like he's like
I'm one of the
victory and he
viewers.
got
I'm
gagged
one of
because it
the.
wasn't. um, what else do you want to say about Traitors?
There's so much. There's so much. I love Dolores's game. I love that she's so low key and she's kind of getting a lot of the people. Keep playing that game, Dolores. We need you in here. I know she's not gonna win, but I just want her to stay a little bit longer and I want her to go off on somebody. That's what I want.
Yes,
You lie? I love Dolores. Also, let me see. Oh my gosh, I loved Robin's game, even though it was so bad.
Robin was
She
so
was
bad,
so
yet so entertaining.
confident.
And all you people, let me talk to the girls. Let me talk to the girls.
Uh-huh.
Y'all are haters because this woman was peak entertainment, and everyone who I talked to who watches Real Housewives of Potomac says Robin got fired for being boring. Robin sucks. She's boring. Robin shouldn't even be cast. Y'all are clowns. Robin was the star of the Housewives this season, and I love Dolores. I love Dolores Catania. Like I cannot wait to get introduced to her on the Real Housewives of New Jersey? Question mark.
New
But
York, New
New
York.
York, and then Dorinda's what?
Oh, Dolores is New Jersey, Dorinda's New York, Chanel's Dubai, and
Yes.
Robin is
I
Potomac.
cannot
Yeah.
wait to meet Dolores on New Jersey. But Robin was a star. Robin was a
Yeah.
star.
Yeah. I mean, I never put it past. And I thought. So the reason why people say Robin is boring is because Robin does not like to share her life. Robin has a allegedly cheating husband that she does not want to share, and the group tries to make her share it, and she doesn't share it. And so last season there was an incident. I won't go into it that much, but last
No, we're
season
gonna we're gonna do
there was
all
a
the Bravo shows at some point. Like this is gonna be a journey.
oh,
Like
okay,
you converted
okay,
me,
that's
just
great.
like you're gonna watch all the Big Brother and Survivor seasons. I want you to watch.
Yes. But yeah, so basically there was an incident with Juan and he went to go pay for this woman this stranger woman that he knows. He went to go pay for her hotel bill because she couldn't afford it. Yeah, yeah. Yes, yes. And then so Robin never brought it up. And so it kind of got leaked and stuff like that. He was like, I was waiting for Karen to bring it up, blah, blah, blah. And then Karen, oh my not the story, but yeah, she didn't bring it up, and so that's why people were saying that she's boring. But I never put it past, like I said before, I never put it past a first season girly. A first season girly knows how to entertain. They were casted for a reason, and Robin showed that. Robin wasn't always boring. If you go back, there's many times where Robin gets into it. So I knew I had faith that Robin was going to deliver, and she did.
We love that. We love that. Should we start transitioning to the shows that we watched for homework, or do you have anything else you want to say about Traitors?
Um.
I'm sure we'll
I'm
talk
trying
more
to
about
think.
Traitors and
I
also,
feel like
but
I'm missing.
I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
Alan's outfits have been iconic.
Oh, well, I did want to talk about Bob's and his elimination and everything like
Yes,
that.
great episode. Great
It
television.
was so good. And I was like, and it's so funny because like if you know Bob and listen to sibling rivalry and stuff like that, you could tell like he's doing everything that you would think he was doing, like swearing on God and all that
Well, see, I
stuff.
forgot
I
that Bob
just
didn't believe in God because, like, I've listened to episodes of sibling rivalry, I've listened to episodes about faith, and I forgot about that. So, like, I was like, oh, this is like,
yeah.
yeah, and then I forgot about
Oh,
it.
but when he went so you didn't think when he went so heavy, like well, I said God, like you didn't
I
think
forgot. I forgot.
oh I was like, oh Bob, yes, you better throw on the theatrics. And then also when he read Peter and well, like he shaded Peter and he was like,
Theater,
oh,
Dylan
you
Efron
just I mean Peter Dylan
or
Dylan
Rob.
Efron.
Like, who are you talking about?
The the Zac Efron's brother, Zac Efron's
Yeah,
brother.
yeah, Dylan.
Dylan, right? Dylan. And then he's like, you just have the puzzle and you throw it up, and we're all just supposed to put it together. When he came after him the first time, I
Yeah.
was like, oh, like though Bob played a very um polarizing game, I'll say. I thought I would love to see him if they ever do an all-stars of this. Like, I would love to see how he would go about it after knowing what he knows. I think he would play a better game.
Mhm.
But yeah, I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, I love Bob, and I hope Monet Exchange gets to play next.
Yes. Oh yes. Yeah.
So tell me about Big Brother Canada? So what part are you
Okay.
on? What part?
Wait. So let me pull up the cast.
No, 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 no. Don't be looking up Big Brother Canada. I'll tell you people. I don't want you to
Okay,
get
okay, okay,
spoiled.
okay.
What was the last thing you
Um,
saw Gary get evicted, right?
I'm just trying to remember what everybody looks like.
Okay, so there's Gary, Glitter Gary, Ika, Netta, Cindy,
Okay,
Kevin,
I remember liking
Bruno,
Ica and the white boy that she
Dimitri,
was with.
Karen, Mark. You can look up a cat
Look,
photo, but be careful what spoilers.
okay, yeah, I'm gonna look up the
Okay,
photo.
make sure it says Big Brother Canada 5 cast.
Okay.
And images, Google image search. I do not want you to get spoiled one bit, Quandel. Because
Okay, I won't get
I
spoiled.
need you to watch this and like this season is literature.
Oh my gosh. This is the one where they had Cynthia Erivo. Um, did you see the picture of Cynthia? Well, anyway. Okay, so I am going through. Okay, I liked Ica and then I liked the gay one.
Gary, William,
Gary, yes.
Gary,
William, I
William, or
like.
Kevin the bisexual?
Oh, the young one, the French
Oh,
one.
William. William and Dre. You like the French Connection.
Yes, I like William. I like the girl with the short hair, the black girl with the short
Dre.
hair, the cut. Dre, yes, I like her. Um Oh, and then the Greek guy, what's his name?
Dimitri's. Ika's
Dimitri. Yes,
showmance.
yes, yes. I like and I like their little dynamic. I think that's really fun and good to watch. I thought that the the androgynous one, what was his name?
Gary,
Gary. Gary was very interesting, played a
you
very
liked, I
hard
remember you
game.
liked the slop vote where they were voting for who would go on slop and then they showed them.
Yes, yes, I did really like that. I now I
What did you not
think
like?
so I didn't like the young
Netta?
lady,
The young lady.
Netta.
Netta.
Yes, I did not like Netta. I did not like her. There were moments where I kind of didn't like the ginger girl and the blue dress.
Jackie?
Oh, you can't see it.
Yeah, Jackie.
Jackie, yeah. But she's okay. There's just moments where I didn't like her. I'm just oh,
Well,
the hawk or whatever is the hockey guy. I did not like him
oh,
either. I
the
didn't like
fighter, Dylan.
yeah. He was just weird acting
Yeah,
to me. And then I like his game, the bisexual guy.
yeah.
Uh
Kevin.
what's his name? Kevin. I liked his game. I did not like that he was flirting with my boy just for shits and giggles. I was like, don't do him like that. He deserves better. It was so interesting because I've never seen a queer person be able to flirt with the same sex on Big Brother. Obviously, that does not happen because I only
Yeah.
cast one as
I mean,
on the Americas.
this is a sex positive podcast. Um,
Yeah.
there were definitely hands that went in pants on that season.
Yes.
Um,
Yes. And
and
didn't where
Kevin,
Ika and Dimitri having sex?
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Oh.
I know Kevin was in a relationship with someone from that he met on his first season. They broke up before Big Brother Canada 5, and then they ended up getting married later on
Oh.
to this season, but now they have separated since then.
Oh. Yeah.
But Kevin, yeah, a bisexual king, uh, giving out hand jobs for safety. I don't think it was for safety. I
Oh.
think it was safe regardless, but he
Oh,
definitely,
yes.
yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's just obviously something that America really needs to look into. I'm just like, I
I
think
think
that
we
would be
need to put
so
more
interesting.
bisexual people on TV, more bi guys on
Yeah,
television.
yeah. I mean, like, if you're not gonna go full queer, that's fine, but like, definitely some bi people I think would be very interesting.
Did you
Yeah,
ever
just to
watch Queer
shake it
Are
up
You
and
the
be
One,
something.
where everyone on the cast was?
Hmm.
Did you ever watch the gay season of Are You the One, where everyone on the cast was bi or pan?
Is that the lesbian show?
No, it's a dating show, but everyone on the
There
cast.
is a one. I didn't see the gay one. I didn't see the gay one. I knew there's a lesbian dating show that
No,
I
this one's a regular dating show, but the one season they made it all uh queer people.
guys.
That
Oh,
like no anyone.
oh, just anybody. Oh
Yeah.
no, I haven't
And
seen
because
that.
like
Is
the
it
goal is
good?
to find your perfect match. That's like the theme of the show. And I only watched the gay season. It was good because then it like made people it was a little bit harder because there were like so many more options versus like the
Yeah.
guys and the girls.
Oh, was it good? Like
Yes.
the whole season? Okay, okay.
Yeah. It
I'll
was
have to check
messy.
it
It
out.
was a fivesome.
Yeah, I want to finish the season. I'm gonna make notes so I can
Yes,
come
you got to
back.
write notes, and I'll write notes because I also when I you tell me when we transition to my Housewives of Miami discussion. But
Yes,
so we like Ike and Dimitri's. To keep it with
yes.
traders, there's a couple people on this season who end up playing Canada traders. Um,
Oh, they have one too? Damn,
yes,
everybody does.
yes.
So this is from the UK, and then everybody took it from
No,
the
this is
UK
like
and
the
made their own.
Netherlands, I think, first, and then and then the UK
Oh,
did it after that. Then now it's US, Australia, New Zealand, and Canada. I think all have seasons. Um,
oh,
But yeah,
interesting,
no, it's
interesting.
very spicy. And I cannot wait. I think you're still in the pre-jury phase, but like once we get
Yeah.
you have to tell me when you watch some like the I think it's episode 15, 14 or 15.
Okay.
The first double eviction episode. Tell me when you watch it.
Okay.
Um
Send me the link again, please.
I don't remember what link I
Or I
sent.
think you sent it. You sent it to me. I think an email. So
Videobrother.net, I think, is the one that like usually has it. But yeah, who's your favorite? Who do you want to win?
Ica.
Ika. Well, how do you feel about the older lady, Karen?
Um.
The first move put the two guys on the block.
I felt like she was okay. Like I like her. I liked her. I like
Okay.
her energy. You know how I feel about older women. I
She's
love
not
an
as
older
iconic as
woman.
Felicia, but she is iconic.
No, she's not, but I feel like she has a good heart. And I
Yeah.
see that and I feel that and I like that.
Okay, so let me tell you where I'm at in Housewives. I am,
Okay.
am
Which one? Which
I'm on
season?
Housewives of Miami. Almost done with
Miami.
season two. My goal was to watch season one first. Season one and season two are very different. Season two is so much better. Season one, we had Marisol, we had Adriana, Leah, um,
Leah
Christy,
Black.
Larsa, Alexia. Those were the six. And it was fine. Like I
Oh
liked
yeah.
but like the spiciness, like I think it also wasn't made as a Housewives season. They were trying to do some other show.
Yes.
It was like Miami Social, and then they were like,
Yes.
basically a Housewives season. Let's just make this Housewives. So tell me the tea.
So, yes, so I like read a lot of books and housewife stuff. So yes, you're exactly right. It was
Books.
not supposed to
There's
be,
books.
yes, there's books. And so yes, Miami was, and it's so weird because of a lot of housewife shows, like Orange County notoriously wasn't really supposed to be a housewife show, but then it became one, like a lot of shows. Like I think Potomac, whatever. There's a lot, especially so one of the particular ones was Miami, and they were like, "Oh, we're gonna have it just be socialites and stuff like that in Miami, da da da." And then they were like, "Oh no, we like them so much, we're gonna make it a housewives show." And so that's why a lot of the first season of a lot of early housewives shows are kind of wonky because that's kind of what
Yeah.
happens,
It
like
was
in
also
New
like
York. I
every
don't know,
episode they would have
but
like they would be like, "Oh, tonight's my turn to invite the girls for dinner. We're gonna take a cooking class." And like every season, every episode it would rotate which girl was hosting a dinner party. And
yeah.
yeah, season two now we have Joanna and Anna, and Karen
Joanna!
Joanna, Karen, Adriana, Marisol, Alexia took a back seat. Who's the last one I'm mixing? Leah. Black. Who am I missing? Anna. I love Anna. I love Anna.
I
Anna's like
think you
the
said
voice of
everybody.
reason. Karen. Oh, Lisa. Lisa, the one.
Oh, Hodgson.
Yes, and she's still on the show, from what I understand.
Yes.
And she would be good on Traitors too, I think. I want to know about her messy divorce afterwards. Like, I want
Oh,
to know about Joanna's also. But I
so they don't show Joanna's, but yeah.
no, yeah, but Joanna.
Oh,
The guy that she's dating right now on the show is Roman.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah, Roman,
and
yeah.
Joanna, like I recently saw the two-part Bras and Brawls with that creep Joe Francis, who's like, oh, I slept with both sisters, and then Bo from Big Brother 6 is randomly there. At this party, he gets pushed in the pool by the drag queen Elaine. It's like Adriana slaps Joanna, but also it might be self-defense. Karen menace and like I understand why they don't like Karen. Karen seems fake, but like
Yeah.
I enjoy like I understand her charm, but she seems so fake. And like I love Havana Elsa. Like I don't even know.
Yes.
Like Havana Elsa is a star. And I'm just obsessed. And I knew I didn't want to start watching this franchise because I would get addicted. And boy, am I addicted.
I
Um,
knew it
what do
would,
you want to
yeah.
know? Like, so I just got to the episode where Joanna's like, okay, I think we as a girls group need to go on a healing journey to Bimini. Um, and Alexia is also in this season on a back seat because her son got in an accident or something. But I love
Oh, yes, this
Alexia.
is the
Alexia's
beginning of
my,
the front
I think I
season.
like Anna most, but Anna's too normal. I think that's why she leaves the series is because she's too normal.
Yeah.
And she's like very like level-headed and chill. And her main storyline is about her husband and her divorce. But I think Alexia would be great on Traitors.
Um, did you get to the part where they're at that party and then Elsa's talking and then there's like this guy and he talks down to
Oh,
Elsa
is it
and
the
like,
old white man?
yeah.
When Karen throws the dinner party at his house.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes. Oh, I that's the last episode I saw. I hate that man. How dare you
Yeah. I mean,
disrespect Havana Elsa? How dare? Marisol's kind of
yeah.
like irrelevant, but like I think they keep her because of Elsa, right?
Because of her, yes, yeah. And that's why she's kind of a friend of, because Marisol just drinks and gives her opinion, her messy
Yeah.
opinion. Um,
Adriana, I'm surprised that she ends up going to friend because I feel like she's like a lightning rod for drama. Um,
Because it with Adriana, it just becomes like a pattern of the same shtick, and like it's she's better now.
Brazilian
Like I feel
representation
like
is needed. Put Adriana on the
okay.
trailer. Adriana and Abby Maria together. I'm here for it.
Oh my gosh, Adriana, you think Dolores? Oh my gosh, Adriana. Oh,
Adriana and Alexia. Get more of these Miami girls on the Traitors.
I can't wait till you get to the reboot to see the new
Larsa again.
Adriana
Larsa was
and
nasty.
with
Like Larsa was nasty. She was my least. I had a rankings at some point of my six houses,
okay.
and Christy was at least entertaining. Larsa was just like, ugh, the way she like was firing a housekeeper every episode, and like she's like, oh my God, she's nasty.
Yeah,
I
Larson's a
can't.
bad
I'm
person.
excited
Trump
to
support.
see the next one. And then, do you remember in Trader season 2 when Sandra was like, I was actually kind of surprised that Larsa and I were the same age. She looks like 20 years older than me.
Yeah,
Sandra,
right.
I love Sandra.
It's
Like
because
they
she
should do a
changed her
girls trip.
face.
They should do a girls trip. Sandra and Felicia and Sari and like
Yes,
the
Phaedra.
CPS girlies. Phaedra.
Uh,
Phaedra has a comeback. She's back on how Atlanta.
Yeah, I am very interested as a lot of Bravo watchers are seeing that she's on Married to Medicine, and like a few episodes in is going to be the time where she exits Married to Medicine and makes the jump back to Real Housewives. And that's when a lot of us are thinking that we're going to get the Real Housewives of Atlanta trailer, because Atlanta Housewives has been off for like maybe a
Is
year or
that the
two.
longest running?
No, it's Orange County.
It's like top three for longest running though, right? Because like, listen,
Yeah,
I think I could
it's
name a majority of the Atlanta Housewives. I've never seen an episode, but I know Kenya Moore, Phaedra, Portia, Sheree, Nene Leakes. Like, I feel like that cast is
mhm.
famous, famous.
Yes, yes, yes.
Like that cast has entered the cultural zeitgeist.
Yeah, and and that's
Versus,
why
I didn't
she's
know
getting
any of
back
these
on the
people.
show.
I didn't know any of these people. For my maybe I heard rumors about Alexia being on Trader season 3 at some point. But
Yeah, I heard that too.
put her on season 4, please. I need it. Like,
She's so good. And when you get to the reboot, I think you're good. I think they
I'm
finally
gonna keep watching. Like,
realized,
I'm watching in my free time. I told you I was gonna watch one season. I'm on almost done with season 2. Like, this is so good.
oh my gosh, I love it.
The reunion special for season 1 was kind of weird because they did it live. Do they usually live stream the reunion?
No,
Because
no.
that was off. Like they were starting to fight, and then Andy was like, "Do not curse." I was like, "No, I need these housewives to start yelling at each other." Like,
Yeah,
it,
no.
listen, this is no disrespect to Andy Cohen. Julie Chen has a crush on him, or like she said that he
Oh,
was like she had a massive crush on him when they were first starting out in the news industry. And then he
interesting.
got to
Yeah.
be gay. But do you think speaking of, do you think there's going to be a twist with that portrait? I think there's going to be a twist with Andy Cohen in that portrait. I think there's something they're cooking up. I feel like that's intentionally placed. There's going to be some sort of twist of Andy. Do you remember the picture that of Andy Cohen on the wall?
Oh yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
think
And
that's
then
something. I think
Chanel
that's
kissed
something.
it and she's like, "Daddy."
Yeah.
You think so?
I feel like there's going to be a twist. I don't know what it is, but I feel like,
What
or maybe he's going to pop up like Dr. Will in the cabin.
it's just very interesting that they would have Andy and not anybody else,
I
like
mean,
from
he
the
hosted me.
CBS. And
I don't
I'm
think
just saying, like,
cares.
why isn't Julie Chen up there?
I
And
don't care. They're not paying Julie Chen. This is a Peacock show. This is NBC. They like this is their brand. Like, yes, they're getting the stars, but like they don't want. I don't think they want. I don't know. I feel like
but
Jeff Probst is
okay,
taking
so
time to go to Scotland.
but my thing is, it's kind of interesting. It's like there's emphasis on the Bravo shows, but there's
It's
more
it's
CBS
weird
and
though because
NBC.
I've been watching Deal or No Deal Island because I love Dr. Will. And I didn't watch the first season, but they put clips of these shows in footage for Deal or No Deal Island, which is NBC. But the traders, they should show clips of like Danielle and Brittany and their beef,
Hey,
and they
they
should
don't
show like
show barely
context
any.
of
I don't
like
think
who
they show
got.
anything.
They don't show anything, and I feel like it could only help the audience.
Yeah, because like a lot of people don't know who a lot of these people are. Sometimes people are just Big Brother and Survivor. They don't know who these
Yeah.
housewives and
And I
other
heard a
Bravo
description of
stars are.
like
Yeah.
traders is a great way to get a taste of why these other people like why other people like their shows.
Yes, it
Yes.
is, but it would be so much better if you could just get a clip and see these people in their most iconic moments. Because
So
I
cool.
mean, I like Gabby, but I would love to see what was it from that show that made her so
Kind of
likable.
iconic when she was like, I went on The Bachelor and now I'm a lesbian. And I've seen her partner
Oh
perform
yeah, yeah,
before at the
yeah.
Laugh Factory. And they're pretty funny.
Oh
Um,
really?
yeah.
Oh
But yeah, so I'm excited to keep watching Housewives of Miami. And I of course will tell you what I think. Um,
yeah. We got to get you on Salt Lake. It's getting too
oh, so
hot.
my
You
goal
need.
is to do Miami and then Salt Lake, and then probably Dubai or DC since there's only a few seasons of those. Um,
I will. I will say you can hold off on Dude.
you first tried to get me on Dubai. That was one of the first ones
Well,
pitching.
well, yeah, because it was short. You said what was a
That's the thing.
short
It's like these
season,
are some
but
shorter seasons, so then I can knock some of those out and be more
I
engrossed.
feel like you should. I feel like honestly, for me as a housewives person that pushes it on other people, I suggest people do see DC because DC is an untalked about mess that in the housewives zeitgeist, we just don't talk about DC enough. And they were really iconic and very like they did crazy
Were
stuff.
you the
You had
one
the
who sent me the rumor?
Salahis.
Were you the one who sent me the rumor that Meek Cole might be on Potomac?
Yes.
Okay. I
Yes.
I would be here for that.
Yeah, we are definitely in a place of Potomac. We need some new girls, and so I would love to see her on.
Meek Cole
But
was
yeah.
underrated. Like I feel like if the zombie twist doesn't happen, we could be very well sitting in a world Meek Cole is the winner of Big Brother 25.
Yeah, and I'm also surprised that Bailey isn't a housewife either. Bailey
Bailey
just
Dayton.
gave, yeah, from the I
Where does
forgot
she
what
live now?
season, but I thought she lived in California. Does she not live in California?
Yeah, but is she in
Oh,
this?
where in California? I
Does
thought,
she? No, no, she's LA, I think. I think she and Swaggy live in LA.
yeah.
Are they?
I'm
Is
so
she like in that world enough? Like I feel like they kind of do their own thing.
Yes, I follow. Well, I
Oh,
don't
so she
know, but
hangs out
I
with these
feel
housewives.
no, no, no. She doesn't hang out with the housewives, but she don't really have to. I mean, like we have Bosemana St. John, who's like a very known businesswoman in LA. She's been the CEO and CFO of like places like Uber, Netflix, Endeavor. And I can keep going, but she does not hang out with those type of ladies, but she was for the show. And so like I think like Bailey would be good. I love watching her little Instagrams and
Oh no,
her
I'm
nice little
like,
life that
did you
she
see that
has.
Casey and Nani broke up?
No, I
Casey
did
and
not
Nani
see
broke up.
that.
But then I remember that like there was all that drama. I didn't watch the season of the challenge where Casey and Bailey got in a fight because in Big Brother 20, apparently Casey was also trying to flirt with Bailey and they like had a thing going on. And Bailey was like a
Oh,
queer icon also, but then she went to Swaggy. And then in Total Madness, like I think their friendship, like I think Casey picked Nani in some sort of friendship moment over Bailey, and Bailey got like this is all I understand from watching like a couple of clips. But and then Bailey lost.
interesting.
And you never want to get on the bad side of Bailey because if you remember, she bit her mouth and it started spewing blood at Tyler in Big Brother 20. Um,
Oh yeah,
and then
yes.
name an uniconic. There are two Big Brother Baileys in the history of the world, and they're both iconic queens. Bailey from Big Brother Canada 12 and Bailey from Big Brother 20 and 22.
Great. Do you have
Uh,
any last comments for Housewives?
I'm a not from Housewives, but Alexia, Davon, put some of these people on Traders. Abby Maria, of course, Adriana.
Oh
Put
yes,
Adriana
Devon.
on Traders. In terms of the men,
I
I would
don't.
see Malcolm from Survivor. If Sister Nina wants to play, he can go. That's up to him. Like if he wants to play, I want him to play. But I don't. I feel weird, like just because I don't want to push. I feel like Rob probably feels so much pressure from the fans already to like drop his podcast,
Yeah,
go play these games again. And I'm just like, only if he wants to. But if he wants to, then I want it for him. Malcolm, of course, for Big Brother side, Jen Johnson, but that would never happen. Davon, Vanessa, um, just more iconic women on my TV, please.
yeah, definitely more women.
Or
More
and more
women.
bi guys.
Yeah, more women and more feminine energy, more queer people, more bi guys, less straight men, straight white
Yes.
men.
And with that, Quandel, we have come to the name. So, what do you want for the episode title? I am excited to chat. I don't like that one bit, or Feathers McGraw did nothing wrong.
Feathers McGraw did nothing.
Yes, I love it. Okay, Quandel, where can the good Judies keep up with you and everything that you are doing, Miss Lauren?
You can keep up with
Wait,
me
one last
on.
thing. Have you? I haven't watched Drag Race this season, but the mattress.
Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh, yes, Joella, the iconic queen of LA. Yes. It's been so good. I feel like people should watch for Joella and her antics. She is just so funny. It's been a pretty good season. The fashions have been really good. The drama's been really good. The girls are very shady and very vocal. The beginning where they were doing the Rated Queens thing was interesting, and then they show who people voted for, which was really cool. So it's been a really fun season of Drag Race.
Cool. I drafted Lucky Stars with the first draft of the first pick of the entire draft, and Lucky Stars was the first one out. Um,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, so you know who's been eliminated and stuff.
yeah, no, I look at the Wikipedia immediately after each episode, but I do want to
Oh, okay, okay.
precinct in for one episode. I do like going to precinct for Drag Race sometimes. But right now I'm not
Oh, we
drinking,
should go
so
one
yeah, let's
time.
go.
Oh.
No, no, I'm
Well,
going.
yeah,
I'm
we can
down to
go and
go.
not. Yeah,
But
okay.
precinct is a place that I enjoy doing shots usually. So, um, but uh, anything else you want to plug besides all that stuff?
No, I think I'm gonna start having takes on TikTok. Like I think I'm gonna
Yes, you should do
out.
a little trailer in it every episode.
Yeah, I think I am. I'm trying to figure out how I want to do it. If I want to do like short little just
Plug the
things I want to get off
podcast
my
at the end of
chest, or
every TikTok.
oh yeah, I will put it's gonna be in my bio. I
Yes,
got it.
get a
I'm
link
gonna
tree.
raise yeah, because I just like sometimes I'm
You're
just
just on
spouting.
TikTok for so long. You might as well
I'm
make
on TikTok for so long, and then if I'm not, I'm like just talking to my boyfriend about how I'm pissed off about so and so reality show. And so I'm like, I need to have an outlet. So I'm gonna
yes, and that's why this podcast is for. We're gonna do more regular episodes this year. Um,
yes.
and we're gonna book Miss Tangela herself.
Yes.
You think Tangela will watch the Traitors? Invite Tangela over to watch
Yeah.
an episode. Just watch
I
like
think, yeah.
we should have a episode where we watch together at your place or something, and
Okay.
with
Yeah,
Tangela,
or I'm down. Yeah,
or like
for
find
sure.
a
We could
place to
do
watch
that.
it. Yeah.
No, we could do my
I want
house.
to meet. I
That's
want to
fine.
meet at Xavier also.
Oh yeah.
I've
And
never met
Tangela lives
Xavier.
down the street from me.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, oh, the only issue is parking, but we'll figure that out.
Oh yeah, we could talk about that. That shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah.
We could talk about that after though.
But yes, let's do it because I feel like I need Tangela's reactions to this shenanigans. Um,
Yeah.
so in terms of me, you can follow me on Blue Sky at What the Fleep. You can also follow me on Instagram for now on that as well. Follow the Brazilian Dragon on Instagram as well for all the podcast and comedy updates. If you're in LA, we're looking at doing a Brazilian Dragon variety show in person March 13th. Details to come, so stay tuned to the Brazilian
Woo!
Dragon Instagram. We'll talk offline, but if you want to be part of it, let me know. Um,
Yeah.
and then also go to Substack, BrazilianDragon.substack.com to read my writings. I'm doing a weekly blog so far. My favorite so far of the month has been what flavor of ice cream would each SpongeBob character order? And I wrote a whole piece with my takes on that. So I highly recommend everyone check that out. If you want to support the podcast financially, Brazilian Dragon Patreon, patreon.com/Brazilian Dragon Productions. It helps us invest a little bit more quality with money because that's
Yes.
to make that a little bit more quality of a product. But that's where you can keep up with me. And until next time, anything else, Quandel?
No, that's it.
Go to Cultural FAQs and Brazilian Dragon on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, and leave a comment, like and review 5 stars only, so people can find this podcast. And if you're a Trader fan, tell us who you're rooting for in the review of the podcast, and we'll read it on the air. But until next time, everybody, obrigado for listening. Goodbye.
Bye.